Hello, two heads up here, and welcome to a quite thorough and complete farming guide. In this guide, it's directed towards beginners or anyone who would like to improve their farming run or method or anything along those lines. But I'm going to cover everything, so let's dive right into it. You can see my inventory is basically pretty much full of everything. I've got seeds for every single type of patch. Um, there are a total of 5 herb patches. If you've done My Arm's Big Adventure, you get access to one more. So let's break down my seeds really quick. I've got a Raynar seed for my disease-free patch in Trollheim. I've got some Catentine seeds for the rest of my herb patches. I've got some cabbage seeds for the almond patches. Each almond patch requires 3 almond seeds, and there are a total of 2 almond patches in each area. I've got 4 bush seeds. This time they're dwellberries. I've got 4 flower seeds, which are nastrums right here. And I've got 16 hop seeds. Now for hops, it depends on the type of seed, how many seeds you use per patch. It's either 3 or 4, and for hammerstone, I know it's 4 seeds per patch. So I've brought a total of 16 seeds for 4 patches. Alright, let's first talk about where to get all this equipment, all this farming equipment. You can buy it along with compost at any farming store. There's one in Draenor, there was one in Port Erasmus, which you use to get to this with the ectophile. There's one behind Sears Bank. And there's one in Ardone, near the Ardone Almond and Herb Patch. On all those places you can buy farming materials. Now, let's talk about, okay, how do I plant a tree? How do I get a tree started? Well, you get a tree seed, you get a plant pot, which you can also buy from a farming store. Use the seed on the pot, and then you get a watering can, and use it on the seedling. I think the seedling takes about 3 minutes, a maximum of 3 minutes to grow. So, yeah, we'll let it work on that. A few things to keep in mind here. Level 50 construction will really help you out in portals in your house in terms of saving inventory space. That's why I have these law runes and these dust runes to save inventory space. I have the 2 fire runes for the Trollheim teleport. These secondary ingredients right here, these are for my yew trees to prevent my yew trees from getting disease. And these are for my palm trees to prevent them from getting diseased. So the first patch we're going to go to is the tree patch in Lumbridge. So that is just west of Lumbridge Castle, behind Lumbridge Castle. And with every patch, you have to rake the weeds out. A good thing, there's a recent update where if you, well, not in 07, but there's an update where you can farm and the weeds will automatically drop on the ground. Or not drop on the ground at all. Anyways, so I've got the patch cleared. If you're going to pay one of these farmers to look after your crops, you don't have to put down any compost. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I put down my yew tree. Would you look after my crops? It's going to cost 10 cactus spines. Okay, bitch, here you go. And there you go. It's guaranteed to grow and not die. You don't even need to put any compost down. Now, for lower level trees like acorn, willows, and maples, when I grew those, I didn't pay the farmer to look after my crops because it's just not worth it, because the materials are a hassle to get, and the seeds really aren't worth that much to protect anyways. I do them for yew trees, magic trees, and higher level fruit trees as well. Alright. So here's a hops patch just north of Lumbridge on your way to Varrock. Okay, so if you have already bought supplies, you can store them with this tool leprechaun. what I need to do first is drop these weeds though. So I'm going to get some normal compost for hops. It's not worth using super compost. So put down the compost, use a seed dipper to plant the seeds, and then water. This is a patch that you can water. So you water the patch to maximize its chances of surviving. And there you go, we're all done. Next patch is the bush patch next to the Champions Guild. Now let's talk about hops for a bit. Hops are great experience because you can harvest a ton from one patch, but the downside is they have a high death rate. It's not really worth, I've noticed it's not really worth trying to pay the farmer to look after your hops because once again the materials are such a hassle to get and it's just not worth the time to get those materials. So we're at the bush patch. Let's get some regular compost. There we go, compost down, seed down, and you can't water this patch, so it'll grow on its own. Now we're going to go to Miscellanea. So rub your Amulet of Glory or teleport to your house. Actually, oh, what am I saying? Either teleport to your house in Relica or use a Lyre to teleport to Relica. Or teleport to Camelot. Whatever you prefer, whatever makes it, whatever you have available and is easiest for you. So it's this boat right here next to the water birth boat. And also, I've already done this. If you've done the Kingdom of Miscellanea quest, which you don't need to do to get access to the island, you need to do Fremnic Trials to get access to this place. But if you've done Kingdom of Miscellanea or Royal Trouble as well, while you're doing this farm run, you can actually manage your kingdom and collect your resources and everything. So that's that encourages you to, do this on the daily. Do your farm run and do your kingdom management on the daily. Now, this is my only crop that I haven't dug out. This is a whiteberry bush. So now, and this is one of the best bushes to have eventually. I think it requires 50-something farming. Alright, so you want to get rid of a crop. What you do is you use your shovel on the crop. Yes, I want to clear it and make room for new crops. Okay, it's gone. Go to Tool Leprechaun again. Get some more compost. Write it down. And you're good to go. So rub your Amulet of Glory and head off to Draenor. Okay. Alright, for this part, don't have anything, weapons or armor or anything like a woodcutting axe. Otherwise, you will not be able to get on Intrana, which is what you need to be able to do. So we're going to go to the Intrana patch first. Okay, let's talk about some quests you can do. Alright, so in terms of quests that give farming experience, you can do any quest that gives a lamp reward. Or you can do an achievement diary for a lamp reward if you really want farming experience. Such, the Karam's achievement diary, which I've completed all of them. You can do one small favor for 20k farming experience. I believe you need like at least level 40 farming, something like that, to be able to use it on farming. Quests that specifically give farming experience, rum deal, what's the one with the queen, helping the queen out plant that tree? Oh jeez, I forget. Edgar's Ruse sounds like a farming reward quest. My Arm's Big Adventure, and if you want more, you can Google quests, RuneScape quests that give farming experience, and you'll get a whole list. Or 07 RuneScape quests that give farming experience. Okay, so once again, normal compost for hops. And there you go. You can water it. And if you need to fill up your watering can, there's a water fountain right here. You can do that. And then you're all set. Let's get back to Port Sarim. Alright. Now we're going to head over to the almond and herb patch, and flower patch, of course, outside of Draenor. Here's actually, we'll walk through here. Here's the farming shop. Whenever you see one of these pod icons, that's a farming shop. You can buy compost. We'll take a look. This is not the best spot to buy compost and store it in your tool leprechaun, but as you can see, you can buy plant cure, everything you'll ever need for farming here. If you didn't know that already. Alright, so we've got a lot of farming to do here in these type of patches. These are normally the patches that people only do or know about, actually. A lot of people don't even know that there are other patches like hops patches or bush patches to just do the almonds. Okay, so cabbage seeds in the almond patch. You can water it. There you go. This is a flower patch. Once again, you can use compost, plant the seed, and water it. Flowers grow twice as fast as almond patches. I think it only takes, every click is 15 minutes or so, and the flower patch will grow. One more almond patch. Okay, so here's where it becomes important whether or not you want to use compost or super compost. It really depends on your farming level and the level of the seed you're planting. So I'm going to plant a cadentine seed in this patch, which are, the herbs are, relatively valuable. And the thing about super compost is not only will it increase the survival rate of your crops, it will allow you to harvest more. So that's why I use, for all my herbs, I use super compost. So I can harvest more, increase their survivability rate. If you only have like guam seeds or marrental seeds, pteromin seeds, seeds that really aren't worth anything, I wouldn't bother with the super compost until you get to Raynar seeds, irit seeds, anything along those lines. Okay, now we're done here. let's head to Remington, to the bush patch in Remington. Anything else? So talk about quests, talk about paying your farmers and everything. Oh, right, you don't have to water herbs, if you didn't know that already. In those type of almond patches, herbs, you can't water them, and they don't need to be. Right, so just outside of Remington is a bush patch. So if your house is in Remington, you can teleport here and walk out, and you'll be right next to the bush patch. Okay, here we are. Oh, here's another one I forgot to dig out. Oh well, check health. Just gonna dig it up. Okay, so compost down, bush seed down, and you're good to go. Now, where would I like to go now? Let's go to Port Erasmus. Alright, here's another patch. Let's get some more compost. We'll be good to go. This patch is just south of Port Erasmus. To get access to this one, you at least need to do Priest in Peril. To get the ectofile, you need to have done Ghosts Ahoy, so you can get here quicker. Alright, so compost down, almond seeds. Okay, compost down again, seed, and then water. You know the routine. And there we go. Get some soup, fill up my watering can, get some super compost, and I'll be ready to go. Careful for vampires here. They tend to stray out near their farming patch. Okay, I've got my super compost for my cadentine seed. And let's head off to Camelot. Alright, so when you first teleport to Camelot, we're actually going to run west to the hops patch. Excuse me. A lot of people don't actually know that there's a hops patch up here. But there is, I promise. Also, if you have enough inventory space, you can bring things like super energies to speed the process up. But you know, of course, you got to pay money for that. And I really like these farming trips because you know it's relaxing for me anyway. You know, you get to walk around Runescape, something, you know, the higher level you get, the less you do. You just teleport to more and more places. You do hardly any walking around RuneScape. So it's a little time to sit back and enjoy. Alright, so compost down, hop seeds down, water, and you're good to go. Get 3 composts down here. Now we're heading off to the almond patch, east of Camelot and north of Catherby. I'm actually going to stop by the bank and get some more dust runes. Go. Sorry, I'm not very talkative. Let's see, what can I talk about? I guess I got 70 smithing, so I've got more than half of my gold ore done and crafted into bracelets. Since I have the extra money now, before I end up buying a DFS, I am going to buy 81 herb lore for Sarah Brews, so I can make them myself and not have to worry about selling nests. And be prepared for the potion price hike when God Wars comes out. Those are my main things. As much as I'd love to be able to make my own rune bolts, that requires 88 smithing, and I am not going to spend the time to get 88 smithing. That is just way too high. So here we are, farm patch. You know the routine. So after I get that 73 smithing, I may and I alcohol the bracelets and get, I think, 86 magic. I'll definitely see if I can afford, I should be able to, 81 herb lore. I'm so close already. So that may cost me 3-4 mil, we'll see. Depending, it really just depends on the price of vials. Okay. And there we are. Hopefully I'll be able to do some Dagnith Kings tonight or something. I really want to do Dagnith Kings, don't want to do Calpha Queen. I don't have her as a Slayer task. So now we're going to head east Catherby towards the fruit tree patch. If you need to fill up your watering can, there's a spot right there which I may swing by and fill it up again. So if you can always look up what for example, I have got palm seeds and I need 15 papaya fruit for the farmer to look after my palm tree. So you can look that up once again on any farming guides. I can't, actually I don't need compost. That's right. So I'm just going to plant the palm seed, talk to her, back after my crops for me. That's the deal. There you go. Once again, you don't need compost if you've paid her to look after your tree. You do get a little bit of extra experience from compost, but I just don't bother. From laying down compost, you get a little bit of extra experience. Now we're going to head over to Ardone, east or northeast Ardone, to the almond patch there, and do some more farming over there. Back there at the almond patch in Catherby, in my opinion, is the best place to buy from the shop because it's closest to the bank, the farm shop, because it's closest to the bank, and it's closest to the tool leprechaun where you can store things like compost or whatever else you would need to. Jeez, all these party hats are ridiculous. Every single person on Runescape has a party hat. It's a joke. Jagex blatantly stated that, yeah, we don't want these to be rare and blah, blah, blah. And they've made that pretty obvious. They made not really rares anymore. They're just tradable holiday items. You know, that'd be the correct term, because they're not rare at all. You know, I don't make a big deal about rares and their value and how many there are, but I know there are a lot of people that do. And I bet they're pretty upset at how ridiculous, like, how Jagex has planned the future of rares in RuneScape for tradable holiday items. And this is the last almond patch. They put down my super compost. Oh, I guess it didn't go down. And my cadentine seed. And I'm good to go. So we're going on about nearly 30 minutes of recording time. So realistically, this should have taken you about 25 minutes or so to get this far, depending on the teleports you have and the quests you've done. But the advantage of doing all the patches is it really doesn't take that long to do them all, and you get tons and tons of farming experience. And it's just worth doing. So you only need level 1 farming to do almond patches. Potatoes are level 1 farming. You only need level 2 to do flower patches. I think you need level 12 or so to start doing herb patches. Hops patches you can also do at level 1. One second. Sorry about that. Let's see. Tree patches, regular tree patches, you can do at level 25. So those are oak trees. And fruit tree patches, I think is level 27 or 29. You can look all this up on the farming tab here, like I just did. And bush patches, I think is like level 12 or something. Once again, you can look that up. All very low farming level requirements. Now, for this next part, it'd be best if you've done Tree Gnome Village and you have access to spirit trees to use them. So we're going to use these to get to the Gnome Stronghold and a bunch of other places. You can see my inventory is finally clearing up a bit. Okay, so here's a spirit tree next to West Ardone. Yes, please. We're going to go to the Gnome Stronghold first. And there are two patches here. There's a fruit patch and a regular tree patch. Both pretty much right next to each other. Okay, so once again, get my palm sapling. Talk to this guy, Badonga Donga, lol. There you go. All set. It's lightning storming here, so hopefully this will all hold up, which it doesn't look like. Oh, there's just a lag spike. Oh, jeez. Friends calling. I knew this would be such a long guide. I'd have some type of, you know, something else to handle, but gotta get this done. Okay, so I planted the yew tree, look after my crops, sure. There you go. Alright, so back to the spirit tree. Tree Gnome Village. Okay, so I'm back at Tree Gnome Village, good. And if you talk to Elcoy here, he'll lead you out of the maze. Sure thing, there we go. Now there's as soon as you get out of the maze just southwest of here, there's a fruit tree patch. This is the last one I'll be able to afford for the farmer to tend to. Look after the crops. Sure thing, bitch. Here you go. Awesome. Thanks, bitch. And we're out of here. Now we're going to head to back towards Ardone, south of Ardone Zoo, to the bush patch there. Okay, here's another bush patch. Let me get some compost. And our last bush patch. Awesome. Now we're going to head to Karamja, Brimhaven. Just behind Brimhaven, there's another fruit tree patch. You need some coins to travel to Brimhaven, so that's why I have some money here, along with other things I might like to buy. Oh, it is pouring. Please hold together, internet. Alright, good. And this is our last fruit tree patch. This time I will have to get some super compost because I am out of papaya fruit. And these seeds are expensive. So I am looking at a ton of farming experience when I come back to all these patches and harvest them. Okay, so that's done. Now it's off to Ardone. I mean, not Art, Watchtower, Yaynil. So if you have a house in Yaynil, teleport there. And here we are, our last hops patch. Regular compost. This happens a lot when you're raking. It's pretty annoying. There we go. There's a water fountain here which you can use to refill your watering can for next time. I'm also going to collect my sand while I'm here from Bert. This is a hand in the sand quest, so if you've done this quest you can swing by and collect some buckets of sand from him, a couple hundred or so. Cool. Alright, so I've got 2 trees left, so let's head to Falador. I'm going to teleport my house and go to Falador from there. One tree is in Falador Park and the other tree patch is in Tavelry. Southeast Tavelry. Falador portal. Awesome. Go to the park patch first. Oh, if you do Fairy Tale Part 1, you can get these magic secateurs, and they increase your harvest by 10%. Secateurs also help you cure certain plants from diseases, such as bushes, things like that. Maybe some fruit trees. Yeah, fruit trees and bushes, I believe. Okay, that's done. Talk to her. There we are. Now off to Tavelry for a final tree patch. And then Trollheim for a final herb patch. And see, that wasn't a very long walk, now was it? Okay, talk to the farmer. Once again, look after my crops for me. There we go. Now to our final patch in Trollheim. It is a disease-free herb patch. You get the Trollheim teleport from the Troll Stronghold quest, and you get access once again to this herb patch from My Arm's Big Adventure quest, which is it's my favorite quest in the game because it's hilarious. You get access to this farming patch. There's a good boss fight at the end, similar to like the Armadillo boss. Make sure you have plenty of run when you go through here, because you'll get attacked by trolls and they hit pretty hard for their level. See, at 12. I mean, that's ridiculous. They're only level 70. What? They're not even level 70. They're level 69 and they're hitting 12s on me. Jeez. Okay, so where the troll generals are, there's a ladder. You go up. And there's a tool leprechaun we can actually buy stuff from too, along with exchange. So keep that in mind. You can buy stuff from them. And this is the final disease-free patch, which I still do need. If you want to get an extra harvest, you still need the compost or the super compost. In my case, I'm using super compost. And once again, I like to plant expensive seeds here, like Raynars and Snapdragons. And there we are. That was 42 minutes with a 2-minute long discussion at the beginning at Lumbridge Bank. I've farmed every single patch in Runescape, excluding a Spirit Tree patch and the Keldagrim patch for the Adventure of a Drunken Dwarf, or Tale of a Drunken Dwarf, which is also another quest that gives you farming experience. I've done all those in around 40 minutes, which is pretty good, and I'll expect to get a ton of farming experience. So this is how you farm every single patch in RuneScape. Every little thing you need to know about farming, I've hoped I have covered here, and how to do it as efficiently as possible with the exclusion of super energies. And I hope this helped a lot of you out. I get a lot of complaints about farming and how do I start it and what do I do. So I hope this helps you out, really. Thanks again for watching. Feel free to like, add me to ask any questions, post comments, whatever you wish, and I'll see you next time.